Hello everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood Godzilla fan Jurassiczilla here. And in this video, we are going to be talking about what would happen if Apex decided to build Mecha-Ghidorah instead of Mechagodzilla. I'm Jurassiczilla, and let's get right into this video, shall we? So, what if Apex decided to build Mecha-Ghidorah? What changes would that have on the plot? Would Godzilla and Kong still be able to win at the end? All these questions will be answered in this video. But first, we have to talk about who is Mecha-Ghidorah. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1991 had a very complicated plot, so I'm going to describe him in very simple terms. Basically, he's King Ghidorah with robot parts. After Godzilla absolutely demolished King Ghidorah, they decided to put some metal parts on him to give him an upgrade to make him actually have a chance against Godzilla. Although Godzilla was never killed at the end, so...
Mission failed! We'll get him next time!
But one of the things that makes Mecha-Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla so different is that Mechagodzilla is a full-on robot, while Mecha-Ghidorah still has his, Ghidorah parts. So you know how Apex and Godzilla vs. Kong apparently got two of Ghidorah's skulls? Well, let's just say they decided to make Mecha-Ghidorah with those two skulls instead of Mechagodzilla. Okay, so you're probably wondering, if they had two of Ghidorah's heads, why didn't they just make Mecha-Ghidorah? Why did they make Mechagodzilla? Well, I'm here to tell you why. So in basic terms, Mechagodzilla has arms and Mecha-Ghidorah doesn't. The whole point of building a mechanized titan was to defeat Godzilla. And who could do it more and better than Mechagodzilla himself? His arms are really great at punching Godzilla, he's very fast, and he's basically like Godzilla's form. So who better to defeat Godzilla than a mechanized version of Godzilla? Something like King Ghidorah? Not so much. He's got wings and sure he can fly very well, but he doesn't have any arms, so that's kind of a huge disadvantage. All something like Mecha-Ghidorah would do is kind of shoot his beams at Godzilla, or maybe they can add some robot arms to him if they really wanted to. So overall, Apex made a really good decision making Mechagodzilla instead of Mecha-Ghidorah. But what if in an alternative universe they built Mechagodzilla instead? How would this go? Would this affect the plot? Would Godzilla and Kong still be able to win at the end? Either way, it's not going to end so well. We're talking about Ghidorah here, the one who almost destroyed the whole entire planet, and Apex wants to use their heads to build a mechanized version of itself? Yeah, that does not sound like a good idea. So first, let's get into the scenario. Apex decided to build a mechanized version of Monster Zero to try and defend the world from Godzilla. Godzilla keeps on hearing strange loud noises coming from Hong Kong that to him sounds like Ghidorah. Godzilla's scared, worried, and enraged that Ghidorah might still be out there. Godzilla decides to go to Hong Kong to investigate. And then Godzilla and Kong fight. You know how the story goes. You watch the movie. Godzilla, fights him, shoots atomic breath at Kong's shoulder, knocks him out. Oh, and then Kong shoots his axe down Godzilla's throat like in 1962. But after Kong loses, Godzilla continues to search to see where this sound is coming from. After obtaining the Hollow Earth energy, Mecha-Ghidorah is now ready to fight and powered up. But then, Mecha-Ghidorah starts moving on his own and killing whoever gets in the way. Mecha-Ghidorah bursts out of the mountain. Godzilla sees him and gets flashback from King of the Monsters, knowing that this is a metal version and possibly an upgraded version of Ghidorah. Godzilla is furious. He is way more mad about a Mecha-Ghidorah than a Mechagodzilla. And also, I just wanted to give a quick mention and shout out to Lux Life for commenting on my video. He basically talked about how Godzilla would be way more angry if he saw Ghidorah again, and I would 100% agree on that. If Godzilla was walking and then sees the mountain explode and a mechanized version of Ghidorah pops out, he would be furious. Godzilla might even just destroy Mecha-Ghidorah at that point. It's the same thing that happens with real life. Sometimes you can get extremely mad at something and then let out all your anger by getting your fist and punching it at the wall. It's the same thing that happens with people. So it happening to Godzilla is very likely. Godzilla could basically see Ghidorah again and then be like, "Are you kidding me?" Then Godzilla could just go ham on Mecha-Ghidorah and defeat him. Something like that is 100% possible. So shout out to him for giving a really good point about that. Good job, dude. Out of rage, Godzilla then rushes right to Mecha-Ghidorah without wasting a second. Remember, Godzilla is worn out from the battle with Kong, so he doesn't have that much energy left. There is one thing that Mecha-Ghidorah can do that we haven't seen Mechagodzilla do, and that is fly. Sure, Mechagodzilla did have some boosters, which gave him a boost, but we never actually seen him fly before. Mecha-Ghidorah, on the other hand, he has ginormous wings. He can fly. Mecha-Ghidorah then has a flashback all the way back to 2019, in the Battle of Boston. He remembered that he did pick up Godzilla, choke him out, and then drop him all the way from like the atmosphere or whatever, and Godzilla was critically injured, and then he began to suck up his energy. So then Mecha-Ghidorah decided, why don't I do that exact same thing, except worse? Now that Mecha-Ghidorah has metal parts, he's able to shoot out a grabber to grab Godzilla, kinda like how they did in the 1991 Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Ghidorah then grabs Godzilla with his grabber, and then starts taking him up to space, choking him out with his necks and tails, just like in 2019. But instead of going to the atmosphere, they go all the way in space. Like, Godzilla can't breathe. He's being choked out, all the air is going out of him, and he's in space. There's no oxygen. Godzilla dies. Godzilla is then left in space. Mecha-Ghidorah flies back down to Earth. And once Kong gets his energy back, they start Kong's heart up again. You know, Kong's ready to fight Godzilla again. But then he realizes Godzilla's gone. Out of nowhere, he sees this giant metal dragon fly back down from space. And he's wondering, where's Godzilla? I was supposed to fight him. But then he eventually finds out that Mecha-Ghidorah actually killed Godzilla. Maybe even Godzilla falls back down from space into Earth and just explodes. Kong is happy that Godzilla's dead, but now he's like, hey, I gotta fight this Mecha-Ghidorah now. I heard that guy all the way back in 2019 when he did his alpha call, but I didn't listen to him. Now I gotta fight him. Kong then fights Mecha-Ghidorah. And you're probably gonna say that Kong is gonna do really well because like he did with Mechagodzilla, just had his axe slice him up. But remember, Godzilla isn't there with his atomic breath, so he can't charge up the axe. And like we saw, Kong was fighting Mechagodzilla with the uncharged axe and wasn't doing too much damage at all. So Kong fighting Mecha-Ghidorah really wouldn't do anything. And then Mecha-Ghidorah would probably just shoot some of his gravity beams and just electrocute Kong and he might die. Or he could get electricity powers like King Kong vs. Godzilla in 1962. But most likely, Mecha-Ghidorah will overpower Kong, just like how the real Ghidorah would do. Kong being defeated and possibly dead, Mecha-Ghidorah would be the new ruler. This is what humans have created. A giant metal dragon that they thought was going to be the answer to their problems, but really just make the problem worse. Okay, so there are definitely many different possibilities of how this battle could go. Godzilla could just kill Mecha-Ghidorah and that'd be the end. And then maybe Godzilla and Kong will maybe fight again because Kong has, nothing to thank Godzilla for, and Kong didn't help Godzilla, so Godzilla has no reason to be friends again. So Godzilla might just defeat Kong again. if he defeats Mecha-Ghidorah. But do you think that Apex should have built Mecha-Ghidorah instead of Mechagodzilla? Do you think Mechagodzilla could actually win in a fight against a MonsterVerse version of Mecha-Ghidorah? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, have a great Godzilla day. I really hope you liked the video. If so, make sure to like and subscribe, if you want to, that is. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if that could happen, that would be absolutely crazy! So please, if you're not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. If I can get 20,000 subscribers, I'll do some sort of special. I don't know what it would be, but something. I've been on 18,000 subs for like a year now, so at least get to 19,000. Anyways, have a great Godzilla day. Bye.